Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye. Shrinvatam Swakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Hridayantasto Hyavadrani Vidnoti Surutsatam Nashtaprayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nestike. Reading from text 3 and 4, Canto 4. Maitreya Vacha Prachetaso Antar Udadhau Pituradesha Kharinaha Japayajnena Tapasa Puranjanam Atoshayan. Synonyms: Maitreya Vacha, Maitreya said, Prachetasa, the Prachetas, Antaha, within, Udadhau, the sea, Pitu, of their father, Adesha Karinaha, the order carriers, Japa Yajnana, by chanting the mantras, Tapasa, under severe austerities, Param Jnanam, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Atoshayan, satisfied. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The great sage Maitreya said, the sons of King Prachina Bari, known as Prachetas, underwent severe austerities within the sea water to carry out the order of their father. By chanting and repeating the mantras given by Lord Shiva, they were able to satisfy Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Purport: one can offer prayers to the Supreme Personality of Godhead directly, but if one repeats the prayers offered by great devotee like Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma, or if one follows the footsteps of great personalities, one can please the Supreme Personality of Godhead very easily. For instance, sometimes we chant this mantra of Brahma Samhita 5.29, Chintamani Prakara Sadmashu Kalpa Vriksha Lakshavruteshu Surabhi Rabhipalayantam Lakshmi Sahasrachata Sandrama Lakshmi Sahasrachata Sambrama Sevyamanam Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, the first progenitor, who is tending the cows, yielding all desires, in a abode built with spiritual gems and surrounded by millions of purpose trees. He is always served with great reverence and affection by hundreds and hundreds of thousands of Lakshmis or Gopis. Because this prayer was offered by Lord Brahma, we follow him by reciting this prayer. That is the easiest way to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The pure devotee never attempts to reach the Supreme Lord directly. The most important way to worship the Lord is to go through the disciplic succession of devotees. The prayers offered by Lord Shiva to the Supreme Personality of Godhead were thus repeated by the Prachetas, who were thus very successful in pleasing the Supreme Lord. Here, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is described as Puranjana. According to Madhvacharya, the living entities is called Puranjana because he has become an inhabitant of this material world, and under the influence of three modes of material nature, he is forced to live within it. The Supreme Personality of Godhead creates this material world, Pura, and he also enters within it. Andantarastu Paramanu Chayantarastam. The Lord enters within the heart of the living entity and within the atom. Therefore, both the living entity and the Lord are called Puranjana. One Puranjana, the living entity, is subordinate to the Supreme Puranjana. Therefore, the duty of the subordinate Puranjana is to satisfy the Supreme Puranjana. That is the devotional service. Lord Rudra or Lord Shiva is the original Acharya of the Vaishnava Sampradaya called the Rudra Sampradaya. Rudra Gitena indicates that give under the disciplic succession of Lord Rudra, the Prachetas achieved spiritual success. Text 4. दशवर्षसहस्रान्ते पुरुषस्तु सनातनः तेषाम् आविर्भूत् कृच्छ्रम् शान्तेन शमयन् रुचा. Synonyms: Dasha 10 years, Sahasrante, at the end of 1,000, Purusha, the Supreme Person, too, but as through them, Sanatana, eternal, Tesham, of the Prachetas, Avira Bhut, appeared, Krichram, thus severe austerity, Shamtena, satisfying, Shamayan, mitigating, Rucha, by his mercy. Translation: at the end of 10,000 years of severe austerities performed by the Prachetas, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, to reward their austerities, appeared before them in his very pleasing form. This appealed to the Prachetas and satisfied the labor of their austerities. Purport: performing 10,000 years of austerities does not seem a happy endeavor. Yet the devotees, the serious students of spiritual life, undergo such austerities to attain the favor of Supreme Personality of Godhead. At that time, when the duration of life was very long and people could undergo severe austerities for thousands of years, it is said that Valmiki, the author of Ramayana, underwent meditational austerities for 60,000 years. The Supreme Personality of Godhead appreciated the austerities undergone by the Prachetas, and he finally appeared before them in a pleasing form. Thus they all became satisfied and forgot the austerities they underwent. In the material world, if one is successful after hard labor, he is very pleased. Similarly, the devotee forgets all his labors and austerities as soon as he contacts the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Although Dhruva Maharaja was only 5-year-old boy, he underwent severe austerities by eating simply dry foliage, drinking only water, and taking no food. In this way, after 6 months, he was able to see the Supreme Personality of Godhead face to face. When he saw the Lord, he forgot all austerities and said, Swamin Kritartho Asmi, my dear Lord, I am very pleased. Of course, these austerities we perform, uh, of course, these austerities were performed in the Satya Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, and Treta Yuga, but not in this age of Kali. In this age, in this Kali Yuga, one can attain same results simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Because the people of this age are fallen, the Lord is kind enough to give them the easiest method, simply chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, one can attain the same results. However, as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu points out, we are unfortunate that we are not even attracted to chanting Mahamantra, the Mahamantra Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने. नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्तवृंदा. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I humbly seek the blessings of all assembled Vaishnavas. Please forgive me for any misinterpretation. The Prachetas received the mantra from Lord Shiva. Thus, Lord Shiva became their spiritual master. So the mantra must be received from a sadhu or a guru. Then only one can realize the full potency of the mantra. Just like Dhruva Maharaj, he was very much determined to see Lord Narayana. He was wandering in the forest. Uh, then Narada Muni comes. He first tests whether this boy is determined or not. When he realizes Dhruva Maharaj is very much determined, he gives him the mantra, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, and then gives him instructions. Then Dhruva Maharaj follows that and performs severe austerities for 6 months, and Lord appeared before him. So the mantra, if is received in the disciplic succession, Prabhupada also says in the purport, when is received from a guru, then the mantra can give you the full benefit, full spiritual benefit. So here the Prachesas perform severe austerities within the sea. But in this age of Kali Yuga, one need not do such severe austerities. One need not go to Himalayas, sit in a cave and meditate, or stand in on the middle of the water. Such austerities are not needed. In this age, chanting the holy name is the only means. The Jagadananda Pandita, who is an associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, says, Sadhu Sange Krishna Nama Yei Matra Chai Samsara Jinite Ara Kona Vastanai. Meaning, Sadhu Sangha, association of the Vaishnavas, and chanting the holy name of the Lord are most essential in this age of Kali Yuga to cross over this cycle of birth and death, this material ocean. So, chanting the holy name, also there are different stages. One must try to minimize or completely eliminate aparad. The nama aparad, the first stage is nama aparad, where one is chanting with so many offenses. Then comes to nama abhas, then Shuddhanam, pure, free from all offenses. In Nama Aparad, a neophyte devotee commits so many offenses. The 10 offenses of the holy name is mentioned. That also consists of Vaishnava Aparada, Nama Aparada. Some of the Vaishnava Aparadas mentioned in Nama Aparada, like not disobeying the orders of spiritual master, or blaspheme the Vaishnavas who dedicated their life for Krishna consciousness. In this way, there are 10 offenses. Now, the Vaishnava Paradas, there are more Vaishnava Paradas mentioned in Skanda Purana. It says, again, it is a different gradation. Some of them are very severe Vaishnava Paradas. Some of them are not so severe. Hamti nindati vaidveshti Vaishnavanabi nandati Krudyate yati na harsha darshane patananishat. Meaning, uh, killing a Vaishnava, that is the gravest Vaishnava parad. Then nindati, blaspheme a Vaishnava. One should not blaspheme a elevated Vaishnava, or one should not hear someone blaspheme a Vaishnava. He should simply walk away when someone is blaspheming a Vaishnava. Then inimical towards Dvesti means inimical towards Vaishnava, or When an elevated Vaishnava comes, not paying obeisances, Vaishnava nabhinandati, then when he sees a Vaishnava is angry, krudyate, then naharshana means one is not happy seeing a Vaishnava. In this way, so many Vaishnava aparadhas are there. So one must guard against this nama aparad, Vaishnava aparad, seva aparad. Then when we chant comes to the Shuddha Nam. So where in the Nama Abhas stage, there is an intermediate state between Nama Aparad and Shuddha Nam. In Nama Abhas stage, one is conscious of all these aparadas and is making a conscious effort to eliminate all these aparadas. And then finally comes to the Shuddha Nam, uh, that I mean, it's free from all aparadas and is absorbed in chanting the holy name. So in Chaitanya Charitamrita, sadhu kripa nama vinu prema na janmay. Meaning without the mercy of a sadhu, without chanting pure holy name, Shuddhanam, one cannot get Krishna prema. So in this age of Kali Yuga, Kali Kale, Nama Vinu Kali Kale Nahi Ardhan. In this age of Kali Kala, the holy name is the only means. Sarva mantra saranam eish shastram. The holy name contains the essence of all Vedic hymns. Now, that is the conclusion of all the scriptures. So one must chant free from our aparad. Bhaktivinoda Thakur also says, Niraparad, aparada shunya hoy loho Krishna nam. Make all the aparadas zero and chant the holy name. In this way, we can attain Krishna prem. Krishna and Krishna's name are non-different. Deha Dehira Nama Namira Krishna Naibeda. Krishna's transcendental body, Krishna himself, Krishna's holy name and Krishna himself, there is no difference. But in the case of Jiva, Jivera Dharma, Nama Deha Swarupa Ibeda. In a Jivatma, their name, their form, and their eternal identity are different. So one must try to chant conscious of all aparadas, chant the holy name, then we can attain Shuddhanam. So Prachetas, they performed severe austerities for 10,000 years. This is in the age of Satya Yuga or in the previous yugas, Satya, Dwapara, and Treta Yuga. People were living longer. The prescribed method for those ages are different. The austerities, meditation was in the Satya Yuga. Then Treta Yuga, elaborate fire sacrifice was the prescribed method. Dwapara Yuga, elaborate deity worship, temple worship was the prescribed method. So they meditated for performed severe austerity and made 10,000 years within the sea. And the Lord was pleased and appeared before them. So I'll stop here. Thank you for